Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Dorios, and today we're going to be talking about blue. So we're not fully going to just be talking about blue, okay? We're going to be creating a blue sim and creating a blue build as well. I'm just going to tell you guys right off the bat, the sim that we are creating, his name is Azul Blue. He is a gloomy, child of the ocean, erratic perfectionist, and kleptomaniac sim because I had a mod installed that had 5 traits at the time. And those are all blue traits. We also make a cat named Sapphire, who is a Russian blue cat. I don't remember its traits, but I guess you guys will see them on screen. Also, just as a little side note, if you guys want to see this entire Create-A-Sim, entire build from scratch and see it for the 3.5 hours that it really truly took, you guys can check out my stream that is all about this. It's already uploaded onto YouTube. It'll be down in the description below for you guys to go check that out, or I might have it in a card up here. I don't know if I'm reversing how my camera is. So I don't know which side it's going to be on right now. For this video, I did want to go ahead and get into some blue psychology. I wanted to go ahead and get into some blue history with the color blue. What do all of you guys think of? We're going to delve into the psychology aspect of it first, because while researching this, I thought this was the most fascinating aspect of it. The color blue is one of the most favored colors by all of us humans. It's just a lot of people like the color blue. It's a color that all of us seem to be drawn to naturally. It's also described as the most preferred color by men, which I'm not gonna fully delve into all everything about gender and stuff like that. That's for you guys to decide. This is just stuff that I found out. It's preferred a lot by men, which when you really think about it, blue wasn't really a men's color for a pretty long time. It actually wasn't until World War II that blue became more of a men's color. Because of the baby boom, there was a new market for children that opened up, and companies wanted to standardize a color for both men and women, boys and girls, so that way parents didn't really have to think about what all they were getting for their kids. It was just kind of like the lazy way to decide on Jimmy's room color. You know, no pressure, just go with some sort of blue. From that, blue is now known as more of a men's color than a woman's color, although I would personally argue that idea is starting to fade away as society continues to progress and grow towards accepting and understanding that there are more than 2 genders, that everything is just kind of for everybody. There's no color that has to very specifically be masculine or feminine or anything like that. It's very much so more fluid now, as we're seeing. Blue is also known to create a feeling of serenity, calmness, just good vibes like that. It psychologically just calms people down and is often described as a peaceful, tranquil, secure, and orderly color. Also, just Sapphire, really quick. Sapphire is such a cute cat. I love it so much. But maybe I just watch a few too many movies. But then why is the color blue also always used to describe sadness? Literally, there's a character called Sadness in Inside Out. I don't understand, just because blue just has too many meanings, okay? Sadness is what I think of when I think of blue. Do you guys think of the more tranquil or sad side? Let me know. It's yes, I'm not sad. I'm just too tranquil and calm. Woe is me. You know, that kind of thing. So for the actual build itself, just to give a really quick little description as we're going through the speed build before I forget and get too much into the psychology and history of blue, because I love talking about stuff like that. I decided that blue kind of gives off more cold, modern, hard vibes, and I also decided that I wanted to make even the ground below us a bluish hue, bluish color in the game. So yeah, we're going for a little bit of a more modern build, something that just a little bit more modern, a little bit more in that style, which I kind of suck at building. So you guys can be the judge on whether or not I did a good job on a modern-esque build. Anyways, getting right back on into talking about the psychology of the color blue. In my script and in my research, maybe I went on a tangent a little bit too early, because blue does actually psychologically create a feeling of sadness as well. Maybe I just shouldn't write my script as I'm researching still. That might be a good idea. Anyways, it also has been found that having a blue office can create a more productive workspace. Just the color blue around you, just having your entire life be blue, it's more productive. And I don't know if you guys have seen, but I've personally seen a lot of office supplies and things like different brands around those. And they all have a very monochromatic color scheme to them. So that way everything you have is one color. And I feel like blue is always sold out, or blue is always just the most popular of them, which makes sense, I suppose, because it is considered good for productivity. Also, a lot of like science and technology, I've always thought of as like a blue color. Like the ideas of science and technology are just blue to me. Let me know if you guys have the same feelings or if they're different colors for you. But for me, science and technology and stuff like that is always just blue. Like medicine is also kind of blue, like it's very blue, sterile, stuff like that, very cold, you know. Blue, surprisingly, also helps with weight loss. Like literally, what can't this color do? Since blue doesn't really occur in food or naturally very often, our brains usually perceive blue as kind of poisonous or spoiled or something like that. So a lot of weight loss plans surprisingly suggest that you eat off of a blue plate. That's not exactly what I want to think about when I'm eating my food is like poison or spoiled food. Then again, I also have blue plates. But anyways, it is like seriously some sort of like super color. I'm wearing kind of like an Intel inspired Superman shirt right now, and blue is just a super color. The only reason I have this shirt is because my dad works at Intel and so does my brother. So, which Intel's another company that you instantly think of blue, like their logo, microchip. Maybe that's why I think of computers and software and stuff as blue, because their logo has always been blue. But yeah, blue can literally produce so many just different positive and negative emotions and reactions to it, just based on the person, based on that moment, based on the space and time that you're currently residing. It's a super interesting and crazy idea that a color like that can just produce so many different ideas and feelings. Now, however, I think we're gonna delve a little bit more into like the history of the color. So as I mentioned before, the color blue doesn't really occur very often in nature, which is the key to it being revered by the masses. Literally, the word for blue itself did not appear for so much longer than other colors. For example, in ancient Greek, there wasn't even a word for the color. It was more closely related to colors like white, light, and dark, with those like kinds of descriptors, because it wasn't important enough to deserve its own descriptor. Many other languages are the same exact way. Blue has always like been the last word to just appear in a language. Poor blue. It's always the color that gets picked last in dodgeball. You know, like first there's white, and then there's black, and then there's probably like red or something like that. And then all the other colors of the rainbow, and finally last, hey blue, I guess we'll pick you. But on a side note, did you guys ever see blue dodgeballs? Did you guys ever have blue dodgeballs in your school? Because I've definitely never seen one. Also, I just found out that flowers aren't naturally blue. They are only blue with human intervention. All the flowers that I've ever seen that have been blue have lied to me. I mean, I knew that there were certain flowers where they would take white flowers and dye them blue or whatever, but I didn't realize just how rare this color is. Like, I'm sure that there's at least one flower or a couple flowers in the world that are naturally blue, but they're probably some of the most rare and expensive flowers, if there even are any, which I didn't research. If there are, let me know if you guys know if there are any naturally occurring blue flowers, because as far as I know, there aren't. Literally, all these flowers have always just been lying to my face whenever I see a little nice blue flower at the market or at Walmart. Let's be honest, I don't go to the market, I go to Walmart. And it's just like, oh, a blue flower? You were probably originally white. Another weird, like, historical fact about us as humans, as human beings, we likely did not originally see the sky as being blue. That's completely absurd, isn't it? Like, the idea that people may have not seen the sky as being the color blue is absolutely insane to me. A lot of people think that the main reason why the sky started to be described as being a blue color is because us as people, as time continued, as time progressed, we created blue pigments. We started to see more objects like, hey, this is blue. Hey, that's blue. Hey, the sky's kind of the same color. It's not just light anymore. It's blue, you know? Like, it's a blue sky. Speaking of the pigment of blue, as far as we know in history, was first created around 6,000 years ago as lapis was mined in modern-day Afghanistan. Now, this was controlled, I believe, mainly by the Egyptians. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong on any of this stuff, feel free to let me know. I did research, but my research isn't always correct, or there's arguing opinions and differing opinions on the subject. Nonetheless, the color was prized by the Egyptians. They ended up using chemistry to combine the rare lapis with other ingredients like calcium and limestone that generated more saturated blue pigments. This is also when the Egyptians developed their word for the color blue. And as the Egyptians distributed these dyes around the world, they were so expensive that usually only royalty could really afford them. And that's also partially why there wasn't a name for the color for a long time, because if only royalty really ever had them, saw them, there wasn't really a big reason for the common people to create words for them, which is honestly typically where most words come from for common people. But honestly, think about it. Your neighbor Dan that has this all blue aesthetic is now how royalty used to look, adorned in his lovely blue t-shirt and blue jeans, which are very American, by the way, and just everything blue. Please don't wear a blue t-shirt with blue jeans. In my personal opinion, that doesn't look very great, and I don't think most fashion people would appreciate it either. But then again, there's like full jean suits and stuff like that, like full blue jean suits and full blue jean jackets with blue jeans, and then who knows, blue boots. I don't know. I'm pretty sure our sim actually had a full blue jean outfit. In 431 AD, the Catholic Church decided to color code the saints, and Mary began to adorn a blue robe. This specific shade of blue that Mary wore became known as navy blue. And with it, it was now known in a more positive light, with the words of innocence and trustworthiness coming from Mary. And because of this, it was actually adopted by many militaries and by policing forces to convey the same positive light around them. Because of this, it caused for more shades of blue to be developed over time, because now that navy blue was connected to the thought of authority, which I think universally for centuries, people haven't always done well with authority. It's that angsty teenager coming up in all of us that's just like, no, we don't like authority. And so people wanted to start conveying the idea of peace and tranquility, ideas like that again with the new shades of blue that they developed. To kind of wrap up this portion of the video, the color blue is such a very intricate color now, isn't it? It has had a crazy amount of uses and meanings. It can convey so many different emotions. It can convey your status in society at certain periods of history. So many just insane things like that. And it did this with a relatively short history compared to pretty much every other color of the rainbow. Also, one last thing I just want to note is, why does blue always have to be the color that night and moonlight appears to be in movies and films? This is the inner film geek, film person coming out of me, because if you guys don't know, I graduated film school recently and I've worked on films and stuff like that before as well. And one of my professors brought this up at one point, and I kind of agree with it. Like, why do we always see moonlight and nighttime and stuff like that as blue? I know the original movie, or I'm pretty sure the original movie that this happened from was Nosferatu, which if you guys haven't watched it and you guys enjoy older movies, definitely go check it out. It does use two different colors to convey day and night, and I believe that blue comes in at night. If I'm completely wrong about this, then I'm going to ask Patrick before I upload this, because I don't want to upload it and sound dumb. If I can find a clip where it shows a day scene and a night scene from Nosferatu, I will go ahead and put it up right here really quick just to give you guys some reference as well. But honestly, what I want to see people using for like nighttime scenes and stuff like that is very harsh lighting, like where there's very obvious lighting sources that are very harsh, like whether it be moonlight or whether it be whatever. It can still be cool tone, but not blue. Like, I also saw a meme the other day that showed Twilight without the blue hue, like the blue hue covering the film, and it was really funny. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't already to let me know that you guys enjoyed this style of video. I really enjoy talking about topics like this, and it's fun to make sim builds to go along with them. I have a couple more colors I've already done, and I might continue the series if you guys enjoy this. So just let me know. And I will see you guys all next time. Stick around for the short little montage here at the end. And yeah, I will see you guys all next time. Bye, guys.